Most men don't fail because they lack discipline. They fail because they're protecting something. In this video, I will explain why capable men sabotage their own success and how to stop. I'm Mr. Reed, and this is The Standard Project. If you're ambitious but keep resetting progress, this isn't about laziness. You start strong, you have big goals, you know what you need to do. You make progress for days, sometimes weeks. Then something shifts. You miss one workout, skip one work session, break one streak, and suddenly you're back at zero. This isn't a one-time thing, it's a pattern. You've restarted your fitness journey 5 times this year. You've begun new business projects that never finish. You've committed to habits that last 3 weeks, maximum. And you tell yourself, I just need more discipline, more willpower, more motivation. Wrong. The problem isn't lack of discipline. It's that you're unconsciously sabotaging yourself. And you don't even realize you're doing it. Self-sabotage feels like procrastination, distraction, or burnout. But it's actually your brain choosing safety over growth. Here's what self-sabotage actually looks like. You're making real progress on a goal. Momentum is building. Then you suddenly feel exhausted, overwhelmed, like you need a break. So you take 1 day off, then 2, then a week. You tell yourself, I'm burned out. I need to rest. But you weren't burned out. You were getting close to a breakthrough. Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman's research shows that humans are hardwired for loss aversion. We feel losses approximately twice as intensely as equivalent gains. When you start succeeding, your brain calculates, if we keep going and fail, the loss will hurt badly. If we stop now, we avoid that risk. So it engineers a reason to quit. How self-sabotage disguises itself. Disguise 1. Perfectionism. This isn't good enough yet. I need to rework it. Translation: if it's not perfect, I can't fail. Perfectionism protects ego. Disguise 2. Sudden new priorities. Actually, I should focus on X instead. This other thing is more important. Translation: switching goals means never completing one. No completion equals no failure. Disguise 3. Strategic burnout. I'm exhausted. I've been pushing too hard. I need to take care of myself. Translation: burnout is a valid excuse to stop before success becomes possible. Disguise 4. Analysis paralysis. I need to research more. I don't have enough information to proceed. Translation: as long as I'm planning, I'm not executing. No execution equals no failure. Disguise 5. Self-medication behaviors. I deserve to relax. I'll just scroll/drink/game for a bit. Translation: numbing discomfort prevents action. No action equals no risk. Dr. Roy Baumeister's research on self-regulation shows that ego protection is one of the strongest drivers of human behavior. Your brain would rather preserve your self-image than achieve your goals, because failure threatens identity. If you try and fail, you have to face, maybe I'm not capable. If you sabotage before completion, you can always say, I could have done it if I'd really tried. Self-sabotage isn't weakness, it's protection, but it's destroying your potential. The mechanism behind self-sabotage is the threat avoidance loop. 3 components. 1. Identity threat. 2. Comfort preservation. 3. Short-term relief. Understanding this loop is how you break it. Component 1. Identity threat. Success threatens who you currently are. This is the root cause of self-sabotage. You have an identity, a self-concept. I'm the kind of person who, when your behavior starts contradicting that identity, your brain panics. Stanford psychologist Dr. Claude Steele's research on identity threat shows that humans have a deep need for self-consistency. When our behavior threatens our self-concept, we experience psychological discomfort. The brain will sabotage success to restore consistency. How identity threat triggers sabotage. Example 1. Financial success. Current identity: I'm not good with money. I've always struggled financially. New behavior: you start a business, it's growing, money is coming in. Identity threat: if I become financially successful, who am I? That's not me. Sabotage: suddenly make bad financial decisions, overspend, accidentally ruin the business. Example 2. Fitness transformation. Current identity: I'm not athletic. I've never been in shape. New behavior: working out consistently, losing weight, getting strong. Identity threat: if I become fit, I won't recognize myself. My friends won't recognize me. Sabotage: binge eating, skipping workouts, forgetting to meal prep. Example 3. Professional advancement. Current identity: I'm not leadership material, I'm more of a behind-the-scenes person. New behavior, taking on visible projects, getting recognition, being considered for promotion. Identity threat. If I become a leader, I'll have to be someone I'm not. Sabotage. Turning down opportunities, downplaying achievements, staying invisible. The pattern. When success threatens identity, sabotage restores familiar self-concept. Component 2. Comfort preservation. Your brain prioritizes predictability over progress. Even when current circumstances are objectively bad, they're familiar. And familiarity feels safer than uncertainty. Research from University College London shows that uncertainty itself triggers stress responses. The brain treats uncertainty as threat. Known bad outcomes feel safer than unknown good outcomes. This is why you sabotage. Staying where you are equals predictable discomfort. Growing beyond current level equals unpredictable territory. Your brain chooses predictable discomfort every time. Scenario 1. Career growth. Current situation. Job is boring but secure. You know what to expect. Growth opportunity. New role with more responsibility and higher pay. Sabotage. I'm not ready. What if I fail? This role is fine for now. Reality. Familiar boredom feels safer than unfamiliar challenge. Scenario 2. Relationship improvement. Current situation. Mediocre relationship patterns. Predictable conflicts. Growth opportunity. Address issues. Build deeper connection. Sabotage. Pick familiar fights. Avoid vulnerable conversations. Reality. Known dysfunction feels safer than unknown intimacy. Scenario 3. Skill development. Current situation. Competent in current skills. Comfortable performance level. Growth opportunity. Learn advanced techniques. Become expert. Sabotage. Stay in comfort zone. Avoid advanced challenges. Reality. Known mediocrity feels safer than unknown mastery. Component 3. Short-term relief. Sabotage provides instant relief from discomfort. This is what makes it addictive. When you sabotage, anxiety disappears immediately. The pressure to succeed? Gone. The fear of failure? Eliminated. The identity threat? Resolved. You're back in familiar territory. And that feels good. Behavioral psychology shows that behaviors reinforced by relief are incredibly powerful. When a behavior removes discomfort, that behavior gets strengthened. Sabotage removes discomfort. Therefore, sabotage gets reinforced. The cycle: discomfort to sabotage to relief to reinforcement to repeat. Now, let me show you exactly how to break this loop, how to spot self-sabotage in real time, learn to recognize the pattern as it's happening. Self-sabotage is invisible while it's occurring. You only see it in retrospect. The key is learning the warning signs. Warning sign: sudden exhaustion after progress. You've been executing well, making gains. Then suddenly, I'm so tired, I need a break. Real exhaustion builds gradually. Sudden exhaustion after progress is sabotage. Warning sign 2. New priorities appearing. Actually, I should focus on X instead. This other thing is more important now. Mid-goal priority shifts are rarely strategic, usually sabotage. Warning sign 3. Perfectionism emerging. This isn't good enough, I need to redo it. Perfectionism that prevents shipping is sabotage disguised as standards. Warning sign 4. Justification narratives. Elaborate stories about why quitting makes sense. When you need a complex justification, you're probably sabotaging. Warning sign 5. Relief when stopping. If quitting feels good, that's the signal. Real burnout doesn't feel relieving, it feels depleting. The detection protocol: notice when stopping feels too easy. The warning signs before you quit. Self-sabotage follows a predictable sequence. Stage 1. Progress momentum. Days 1 to 14. Excited, motivated, executing consistently. Stage 2. Identity discomfort. Days 15 to 21. Subtle anxiety emerges. Is this really me? Stage 3. Justification building. Days 22 to 28. Finding reasons why stopping would be okay. Stage 4. Strategic break. Days 29 to 30. I'll just take one day off. I've earned it. Stage 5. Full sabotage. Day 31 plus. One day becomes 3. 3 becomes a week. Momentum lost. Intervention point, stage 2. When you notice identity discomfort, that's your signal. Don't wait for stage 4. One question that breaks the loop. What am I protecting by stopping? When you feel the urge to quit, ask this question. Not, why do I want to stop? That gets rationalizations. Ask, what am I protecting? This bypasses the justification and hits the truth. Common answers. I'm protecting my identity as someone who doesn't succeed at this. I'm protecting myself from the risk of public failure. I'm protecting my comfort zone. I'm protecting my ego from having to try hard. I'm protecting my excuse that I could do it if I wanted. Once you see what you're protecting, the spell breaks. You can choose. Keep protecting that thing or let it go. Self-control isn't the problem. Self-honesty is. You don't lack discipline. You lack honesty about what you're doing and why. Self-sabotage thrives in the dark. When you can't see it, you can't stop it. But when you name it, when you see the pattern clearly, it loses power. Most men spend years in this loop, starting, stopping, restarting, telling themselves they just need more willpower. They don't need more willpower. They need to see what they're protecting and decide if that protection is worth the cost. The shift isn't about trying harder. It's about seeing clearer. Now you understand self-sabotage. It's not laziness, it's protection. Your brain choosing safety over growth. But understanding why you sabotage is only half the picture, because there's a deeper mechanism at work. A mental loop that keeps you stuck even when you're not actively sabotaging. You stop sabotaging, you start executing. But somehow, you end up in the same place. Same level of success, same patterns, same results. This isn't sabotage, it's something more subtle. Your brain has a default setting, and unless you understand how that setting works, you'll keep cycling back to baseline. If you want to understand the exact mental loop causing this, the next video explains it. Because self-sabotage is the dramatic problem, but the comfort confirmation loop is the chronic one. It's why capable people underperform, why you feel stuck even when you're trying, why predictability wins over progress. Watch the next video now. One standard, greatness, one project, you.